Hey, what's going on, everybody? So today is the first day of Packers OTAs, the first of 12 days of OTAs that will be taking place in the next few weeks. This week, the Packers will practice on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And so with this being the case, I sort of want to discuss a few things to watch for, not only, I think, in OTAs, but of course, through the rest of the offseason programs, coming into training camp the entire time. So I want to go through the biggest things I will be looking out for, and hopefully we'll get some news out of OTAs, because I believe tomorrow the media will be able to be there, so we can hopefully get some insights into maybe how some players are looking, and I'm guessing we'll hear some, press conferences from some of the coaches, and maybe get some more insights into sort of what's happening throughout, the entire week of OTAs happening this week to start off. So I think the first biggest thing to look out for is going to be the Packers wide receiver battle. Ever since Davante Adams left, there, of course, have been question marks as to what's going to happen there. But now we have Sammy Watkins. We drafted a few different players, Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Samori Toure. And we have some players who were here last year as well. And the question is, who's going to rise to the top? Because Davante Adams, with all the targets he had, there's no question there's going to be a lot more opportunity to come around. And it's not like one player is probably going to come in and take all of Davante Adams' production. I feel like it is going to be more spread out throughout the entire season. But there is lots of opportunity, and there are lots of players who I think have the chance of taking over that number one wide receiver role. We have Sammy Watkins, depending on how he looks, how he plays. He could come in and take that role. Allen Lazard could come in and produce at a higher level, with all the targets that he could take up with Davante being gone. Then we have Christian Watson, who, depending on how fast he learns a playbook, how fast he develops, and how fast he builds that chemistry with Aaron Rodgers, he could eventually become the number one wide receiver for this Packers offense. Maybe it's not this year, maybe it's next year, but at the same time, I don't think it's necessarily out of the possibility that he comes in and just plays at an elite level. So it's going to be exciting to see, which of these receivers rise to the top, with the Packers probably only keeping 6 or 7 wide receivers. There are definitely going to be a few guys who don't make the, final roster when the season actually comes around and starts, because right now we got Sammy Watkins, Allen Lazard, Randall Cobb, Amari Rodgers, the 3 rookies, and then we have Malik Taylor, Juwan Winfrey, then Danny Davis, undrafted free agent. So Malik Taylor and Juwan Winfrey do have some experience from last year, so they have a head start on the rookies when it comes to, probably their chemistry with Rodgers, considering they have had time with him in the past, where these rookies have had no time with Rodgers yet. And so I think that they maybe have a head start on them. And so it's going to be interesting to see, who finishes off these final spots. I feel like Doubs and Christian Watson will make the roster, being 2nd and 4th round draft picks. Maybe Toure, Samori Toure has a maybe harder chance of making the roster, and he'll have to compete, I think, with Malik Taylor, Juwan Winfrey to see who potentially finishes off that final spot. But it will be fun to watch, and we'll start seeing, this week, how these guys are performing. And then the next thing, the Packers offensive line. So we lost a few different offensive linemen this offseason, Billy Turner being one of the main ones over there at right tackle. And now, too, with Elton Jenkins still dealing with his injury, we don't exactly know when he will be back. It's likely when he comes back that he'll move to right tackle. But who knows? It could be a couple months into the season that he comes back. We don't exactly know the timetable of his injury. And so with that being the case, I think there are some opportunities on the offensive line, especially for the 3 rookies that were drafted in this draft in 2022 for the Packers on the O-line, with Sean Ryan, 3rd-round draft pick out of UCLA, who started 3 years at left tackle. He also could compete at guard. We have Zach Tom, 4th-round draft pick of Wake Forest, was primarily the left tackle, but also played center, so he could play inside as well. And then Rasheed Walker, who lots of people saw as a steal in the 7th round from Penn State, tackle from Penn State. So all these guys do have that versatility that the Packers like to be able to sort of plug and play wherever they, may want to. So I do think some of these players like Sean Ryan, Zach Tom, could compete for, Royce Newman's spot, for John Runyon's spot, and maybe also too at right tackle, depending on how good they look. I don't think it's necessarily, the line is set in stone, and there definitely will be competition. At every position, as there typically always is. And I wouldn't be surprised to see, one of these rookies come in and potentially start. Maybe not right away, but maybe sometime, as the season progresses. I wouldn't be shocked if, Sean Ryan or Zach Tom maybe come in and replace Royce Newman. Who exactly knows? We'll have to see sort of how these guys develop, how they play. And then the final thing, too, is going to be watching Jordan Love and sort of seeing how he continues to develop, because now he will be coming into his 3rd season, and the Packers definitely know a lot more sort of about where Jordan Love is at and what they've seen from him. But this will be an opportunity for Jordan Love to show that he's progressed, developed, and we'll see how he looks in this offseason period as he's practicing. And also too, Aaron Rodgers, I believe on the Pat McAfee show during the draft, said he'll probably be at some of the Packers OTAs, and the question is, I guess, when he will be there. Maybe he'll be there this week, who knows? And he also could probably be there at minicamp as well. So we'll see. We'll see how much opportunity Jordan Love has, because last offseason, Jordan Love had so many reps, which probably helped his development with Aaron Rodgers being gone. So, there's no question Jordan Love will have a good amount of reps this year as well. and it will be interesting to see sort of how he looks and sort of the steps he's taken forward these past 2 seasons. So those are the biggest things I will be looking out for, and I'll try to keep you guys updated with any news that does come out regarding OTAs that I do see. So subscribe if you guys want to stay up to date with all Packers news, because that's what this channel is for. But that is all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.